Formal criminal charges have now been filed against Darin Harder in the assault of his parents, Daryl and Geraldine Harder, in McVille, North Dakota, 50 miles southwest of Grand Forks. Reading from the criminal complaint in part, quote, on July 10th at 8:07 a.m., a deputy was notified of a medical call to the Daryl and Geraldine Harder residence in northeast McVille, two elderly patients with head trauma. Deputy responded while en route. The deputy called the reporting party, Darin Harder. Darin answered the phone calm and said his parents needed medical attention as they had blunt force trauma to the head. Darin wouldn't elaborate on what happened and only said that they would find out when we got here. Darin hung up the phone. The deputy notified dispatch to advise the ambulance of the caution. The deputy notified the North Dakota BCI to stand by. The deputy notified other deputies to attempt to notify others. Darin called the deputy back, but the deputy did not answer the call in time before he hung up the phone. The deputy called Darin back. Darin explained he and his dad had argued and he had hit his parents with his shotgun and they needed medical attention. Making a comment that the damage was done already, Darin did not want to come out of the house and wanted the ambulance personnel to come in and help his parents. Darin refused to come outside and surrendered. Darin wanted to talk with his counselor from Northeast Human Services Center. The deputy started a general conversation with Darin after explaining the ambulance wasn't coming until he surrendered. Darin was talking about suicide by cop or taking his own life. Darin explained his wife had had a nervous breakdown. They were evicted from their apartment and he had been staying with his parents. Darin said he is diagnosed with ADHD, social anxiety, and severe depression, and is currently medicated for those. He explained a month ago he had been instructed to stop the meds but has returned to taking the medication since then. Darin suddenly said he would surrender by laying the gun down in the driveway and walking to the mailbox to meet officers. Darin stayed on the phone with the deputy. Darin followed through with what he said, and the sheriff and deputy were able to take him into custody without incident. Sheriff Swin arrested Darin on 2 counts of attempted murder. Both Geraldine and Daryl were found in the house with blood pooling around their heads with severe trauma. Again, that was from the criminal complaint. Harder has now been charged with 2 counts of aggravated assault, domestic, and 2 counts of reckless endangerment. The criminal complaint says both of the victims were hit in the head with the butt of a shotgun as many as 4 times. The sheriff told us yesterday the couple was taken to the hospital in Grand Forks. No word on their condition. I'm Neil Carlson reporting for iNewZ.TV.